Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this little bit of an episode, we're going to be talking about how do you fix the hole in the driver's side seat. It's a huge common problem in these old Landcruisers, and honestly, if you're on a little bit of a budget, it kind of can be hard to get somebody to get fabric and bring one of these back to life. But there is a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and that is using the passenger side seat cushion. So we're going to do that today on this truck that I'm trying to bring back to life. So hope you enjoy this episode, and I hope it can be helpful to you moving forward on your own project. Let's get to work. As you can see, this seat cushion has seen better days. As I mentioned before, it is a common problem. I will queue probably 6 trucks here that I have that have the exact same rip in them here at my place. And so what's the easiest way to fix that? Well, let me show you right now. Ta-da! No rip. That is a passenger side seat. It is in perfect condition, a little dirty, but in my parts truck, this one is sitting pretty. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this seat out and we're gonna switch these cushions and try to get rid of that rip. So let's get busy pulling this thing out. It's 4 14mm bolts and she should come right out. So while we're in here at the Landcruiser, I do want to point out something, that these posts here can be different in these old antique Landcruisers. The earlier ones had this bar here, as well as these higher posts back here. So if you're ever, going to buy a seat that you're just going to replace a seat, make sure that you're looking at that, because the stuff at the bottom, the rails, can be different and it's bent different. So you're gonna have to look at that, see what yours is at. You'll be able to tell instantly. There's the lower ones and the taller ones. This is from an early FJ60. So if you are going that route with just replacing the whole entire seat without doing this trick, make sure you're looking out for that. So once the seat's out, I'm gonna work on removing these bottom rails. There is 4 12mm bolts that hold the rails on either corner. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. One screw here, it's a larger one. Here, same thing over here. There's those. That guy comes off, and out comes your plastic piece. 2 14mm here that need to come off for the seat. Top to come off here. So seat comes off. There is a C-clip on this side, as you can see right there. So we need to pop that off and the whole bottom will come off. There we go, your seat bottom's off. So we're going ahead and repeating the process here on the seat that we're going to be using, which is the driver's side seat. Already took the rails off. I also want to note here, you see that this is moving around. This is a common problem on these seats, that the spot weld comes off, and this will cause your seat to kind of slouch or maybe not feel as solid. So this is a big problem. We are going to be fixing this. So it's hot out here. I got the 2 cushions we're going to be switching over. So let's go into the shop where there's AC and finish that process. So now that we're here in the shop on a bench, the next step is to get the seat cover actually off. These are held on by little clips called hog rings. Mine are rusted and probably gonna fall apart when I go to take them off. But what I use is pliers and some screwdrivers to pry them off. Most of them will probably get ruined when they do come off. And that's because I have brand new ones that I'm going to be putting on there when this cover goes back on the seat that I need it for. So let's get started. Take these all off. So all the rings are off now. This is probably the most satisfying part of the entire switchover, and that is because the cushion now is free. So the metal frame and cushion will come free now, all as one. There's the old frame. Now we have this great cushion that's ready to go on the other seat. So once you've repeated the process that we just went over on the other cushion, you have your two seat frames ready for assembly. I do want to go back and point out that this part here of the seat frame did break off when I was disassembling the seat that we want to use. So that needed to be tack welded back on. So I went ahead over to Classic Motors, was able to get that back on. It's super strong, if not stronger than factory. So this piece is ready to go back together on the seat that we're trying to freshen up. So this is the seat ready to go back together. I have my hog ring pliers, which these are specialized pliers. As you can see, there's little grooves in here that hold the little hog ring. So this is what a hog ring looks like when you get it new. So what will happen is this will fit right in the grooves of the pliers, and that will give you the ability to squeeze it around the frame once it goes back on. Alright, our cushion is all assembled. It looks great. Those hog rings can be a little bit of a pain if you've never done it before. I needed a little bit more practice on them, but eventually as you go through them, you kind of get the hang of it. So let's get this fresh cushion back out on the FJ60 and the rest of the seat. So there's our seat all reassembled. Just got to throw her back in, that's it. All right, so it looks like the FJ60 seat is all complete and refreshed. It looks great. This is a quick, easy way to bring some more life back into these old trucks. Guys, if this video was helpful to you, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe, like, and share these videos, as well as comment below on other things you want to see done about these trucks, especially little things like fixing these seats. Cheers, and we'll see you next week.